The story begins with a boy opening his eyes in a strange, unfamiliar room, and as he slowly comes to his senses, he sees a woman leaning over him. At first, he thinks she might be his mother, but that thought disappears instantly because his real mother was much older than her. And confused, he looks at his own hands and freezes in shock when he realizes he is turned into a baby. But that's not all. When he checks his status, he sees that all his stats have been reset to level 1, and even his name is gone. Suddenly, a tall man wearing armor enters the room, and the woman respectfully calls him the king, making the boy wonder if this man is the emperor or ruler of this land. Not long after, the baby is taken to a priest for a naming ceremony, where he is given the name Noah and officially declared the 13th Imperial Prince. Noah immediately checks his status again and sees that Imperial Prince has been added to his title, making it clear that he is the direct son of the Empire's emperor. After the ceremony, the emperor asks the priest about Noah's affinity, and the priest reveals that Noah has a water affinity and will receive the fief of Almeria, a land where many members of the Water Clan live, which makes the emperor feel relieved. Then the emperor asks for Noah's full stats to be revealed, and the moment the priest speaks, everyone in the room is left stunned. Every single one of Noah's stats is already maxed out, and his water affinity has reached SS rank, even though he was born only a few hours ago. Awakening at such an age is completely unheard of, so everyone believes they have just witnessed the birth of an extraordinary talent. At that moment, Noah understands that he has been given a new life, reincarnated as a noble in a powerful nation called Mir's Empire, a land of warriors surrounded by mountains, with its capital spread across open plains, currently in a golden age where wealth, strength, and culture are all thriving. The emperor of this land has more than 10 sons, known as the Imperial Princes, all deeply loved by the people. 6 years later, Noah discovers a shocking truth about his powers. What others see as incredibly high personal stats are actually boosted by his subordinates, with his S-rank water skill coming entirely from Almeria and many other stat bonuses coming from the maids working around him, meaning the more subordinates Noah has, the stronger he becomes, and he even starts to suspect that his level may have no cap and can grow endlessly. When the maids finish getting him ready and send him downstairs, they whisper among themselves about how different and special he is, because unlike most kids his age who are noisy and mischievous, Noah is calm, thoughtful, and far more mature than he should be, setting him apart from everyone else. Evelyn, a stunning maid who is an expert in hospitality, comes up to Noah during lunch and tells him that the Crown Prince and the 4th Prince are here to see him, adding that they said Noah could calmly finish his meal first and then come meet them. But Noah knows very well who the Crown Prince is and understands that someone with that kind of status should never be kept waiting, so he immediately tells the maids to take him to them right away. Noah meets his older brothers, Albert, the Crown Prince, and Henry, the 4th Prince, and after some polite greetings, Albert says they actually brought a gift for him. At that moment, a nervous servant walks in carrying a sword case, and a dark, terrifying aura starts leaking out of it, making the entire room feel heavy and tense. After placing the case down, Albert orders the servant to open it, and the instant it opens, Noah hears the screams of soldiers begging Albert to spare their lives, their voices filled with fear and desperation, making Noah realize this is no hallucination. Albert then tells Noah to try picking up the sword, and even though Noah really doesn't want to, he knows refusing a gift from the Crown Prince isn't an option, so he carefully lifts it. At first, the sword feels extremely heavy, but within moments he steadies himself and finds his balance. Albert then explains that the sword's name is Leviathan, a water element sword and the most powerful weapon in the entire Empire, and that around 120 people have already died trying to master it. Hearing this makes Noah nervous, which Henry quickly notices, calming him by saying there's no need to be afraid, because the sword instantly kills anyone who isn't worthy, and the fact that Noah could hold it without dying proves he's at least qualified. Albert pats Noah on the back and leaves the room, calling it a valuable demonstration, and once he's gone, Noah can't believe he was just tested with something that could have killed him in an instant, though he keeps those thoughts to himself, knowing even a small mistake in his words could cost him his life. As they walk out, Henry asks Albert if leaving such an expensive and dangerous sword like Leviathan with Noah was really the right choice, and Albert replies that a sword like that is safer in the hands of true brilliance, adding that someone as talented as Noah also needs to learn when and how his own pet can bite him. Later that night, Noah notices that his maid Zoe seems unusually uneasy, and when he asks what's wrong, Zoe brushes it off, saying she doesn't want to trouble him with her personal problems and that he doesn't need to worry. Noah keeps insisting, and after some hesitation, Zoe finally opens up and admits that she wants to take some time off because a terrible flood recently hit her hometown, completely washing away the farm where she grew up, which was also the only source of income for her mother. And because of that, Zoe had started thinking she might have to work in the red light district, since people told her that a girl who once served an imperial prince could be sold for a very high price. But the moment Noah hears this, he flatly refuses and says he will never allow that to happen. Instead, he offers to give Zoe's mother a job opening and managing the mansion gates with a solid salary. And when Zoe tries to explain that the pay he's offering is way too high for that kind of work, Noah calmly adds that there's also an empty house near the mansion where Zoe and her mother can live together. Hearing this, Zoe completely breaks down in tears, repeatedly thanking Noah for his kindness and generosity, though deep down Noah knows he's not doing this out of pure pity, because if one of his servants ended up in the red light district, it would stain the name of the 13th imperial prince, and since Zoe is his servant, she is also his responsibility for life, and he's confident that after this, she would never betray her loyalty to him. After that, Noah calls for the butler Dylan and explains that a disaster has struck Zoe's hometown, ordering Dylan to go to Dassel and buy as much land as possible there, since Noah knows that in situations like this, bandits will soon arrive to take advantage of a weakened town, and he wants the land secured before things spiral out of control. Dylan is shocked by this order, amazed that someone so young can think so far ahead and plan so sharply without ever experiencing such chaos himself, not knowing that something very similar happened in Noah's past life, a truth Noah keeps to himself because staying silent is safer. Dylan agrees the idea is smart, but points out the real problem is money, since buying that much land would cost hundreds of thousands of rian, the Empire's currency, and Noah realizes he didn't fully think that part through. After a moment, he decides that the land they own south of the capital should be sold, which makes Dylan uneasy, because that land was a personal gift from the king, and selling it without permission could be a serious crime. But Noah calmly tells him not to worry about the king's anger or punishment, saying he will take full responsibility. Noah explains that being a noble means making sacrifices to protect others and make their lives easier and safer. In hearing this, Dylan truly understands his meaning and thanks Noah from the bottom of his heart, especially because his own hometown is the same as Zoe's, leaving him deeply grateful inside. The next day, Noah sells some of his belongings to gather money and prepares to buy as much land as possible, and he's just about to head to Dassel himself to inspect it when his brother Henry suddenly comes to see him. Henry's eyes immediately fall on the Leviathan sword Noah is carrying, and he asks why Noah plans to take it with him. So Noah explains that he felt a strange power coming from the sword earlier, but that feeling later disappeared, and he wants to test it in Dassel. Hearing this, Henry tells him that the Leviathan sword has a will of its own and only listens to the person it truly recognizes as its master, which makes Noah realize that he somehow needs to earn the sword's recognition, because right now Leviathan is like a mad dog that needs a strong hand to control it. Henry warns Noah that if he insists on taking the sword, he should do so, but must not use it until the right moment, or it could even kill him. And with that warning, Henry turns around and leaves. Not long after, they arrive in Dassel, where the flood has turned the entire area into a ruined wasteland, and seeing the destruction, they quickly realize that most land deeds were probably washed away along with the destroyed houses, meaning land can now only be purchased based on official government records. Dylan and Zoe are stunned that a child decades younger than them could understand something so critical just by observing the situation, but Noah calmly says it's nothing special, just simple logic. As Noah and Zoe start inspecting the land together, they notice Empire caterers handing out food to villagers. So Noah takes a bowl and tastes it, instantly realizing the food is terrible and even slightly rotten. A villager overhears him and says they shouldn't complain because even getting this much food is considered lucky, and Noah can't believe that during a disaster, the Empire is feeding its people something this bad. Just then, a local government official named Lord Garl arrives for an inspection, and even though Garl knows very well that the food is rotten, he doesn't care because he's not the one eating it. Noah finally loses his patience and confronts Garl directly, accusing him of stealing the money meant for food rations and saying that instead of providing proper meals, Garl is pocketing the funds and feeding people filthy slop. Garl doesn't even bother denying it and openly admits that those in power deserve to eat first, laughing along with his men. And their attitude fills Noah with burning anger as he warns Garl that his crimes will have consequences. But Garl hates being talked back to by a child and draws his sword, about to attack Noah, when suddenly the Leviathan sword shoots out of its case on its own and floats through the air, stopping right beside Noah. The sword begins to test Noah, pouring its full power into his body to see if he's worthy, and parts of Noah's body start turning dark, like the sword's curse is about to swallow him whole. And just when it feels like he's about to lose, a powerful surge of determination and willpower explodes inside him. And Noah proves to Leviathan that he can endure its strength, and after a brief but intense struggle, the sword finally submits to him completely. Enraged, Garl rushes forward to kill Noah, but this time Noah strikes first, and with a single clean swing of Leviathan, cuts off Garl's head in one motion. Seeing their leader die, Garl's thugs prepare to attack Noah, but to intimidate them, Noah slams Leviathan into the ground, creating a massive crater so deep that the bottom can't even be seen, shocking even Noah himself with the sword's terrifying power. Shortly after, Dessau's Knight Captain Rowan arrives and freezes at the sight of the scene, and the moment he realizes the child standing there is the 13th Imperial Prince Noah, he immediately drops to his knees. The others are confused until Rowan announces Noah's identity out loud, and fear and respect instantly spread as everyone bows. Noah clearly states that Garl and his men were stealing from the villagers and that this was their punishment, then orders Rowan to deal with the remaining corrupt officials and restart food distribution properly so the people can finally eat their fill. The villagers cheer in joy, praising Noah and accepting him as their protector. News soon reaches Albert that Noah has completely tamed the Leviathan sword, and with a faint smile, Albert realizes Noah will be far more useful than he ever expected. Later, Noah meets his father, fully expecting punishment for selling the gifted land, but instead the Emperor thanks him, explaining that because of Noah's actions, bandits were unable to take advantage of the flood, and he's also deeply pleased that Noah mastered Leviathan. When Noah's stats are checked again, his water skill has reached SSS rank, boosted by the many new subordinates he gained while helping Dessau, leaving the Emperor extremely impressed as he tells Noah to continue using his abilities for the sake of the Empire. Noah nods in agreement, and that's where Episode 1 ends. Don't miss the next part. Make sure to watch the next video on your screen.